Guys, gals, and fellow gender non-conforming pals, welcome back. I am C28, and I'm late. I know, I was supposed to post yesterday, but guess what? Life stuff happened. And by that, I mean just enjoying the outdoors. So I just didn't. But I'm recording it now, so it'll post a day late. But it is what it is.
It is what it is.
In class yesterday, we were going over the project, the minor scale project where we are synthesizing everything. But we also went into melody creation, and different types of melody patterns. From something like a rising melody where you have it go da 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 da, and it goes up to a falling melody where it's going da 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 da, to an arch melody where it goes da 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 da, or the reverse da 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 da. And other things like motif melodies where you have things repeat throughout time and time and time. You have interval melodies where it uses like the 1, 3, 5, and it just uses all that stuff. And a 7 sometimes. Probably wouldn't use a 7 to be honest. But lots and lots of stuff there. I'm going to be dumbfounded if I actually covered it all. Bruh, no way. What? So that's basically it. But we seriously went in depth with these things, and we were shown examples. So a lot of lectures time was the instructor showing us examples of these things being applied, so it helps us really understand it. And then lab as well, we were going through, I guess we could talk about lab, there we go. I didn't go over everything, there's still lab. So I feel slightly less bad about rushing through the entire thing. So lab 4, we had a bunch of melody exercises to do where we were writing melodies, and these melodies had to be for certain types of melody structures. So we had to write in something like let's see. Can I load up? Where are you? There you are. So here's like my arch melody. And it goes down. And then here's a falling melody where it starts at the top and it goes down. Here's an interval melody. It uses intervals, just 1, 3, 5 pretty much, and some little notes slip in. A motif melody, repeating thing. Yeah. And then we had some sort of blues thing we had to do as well, but essentially understanding how to use the blues scale for different things, which is fun. The blues scale is very fun. But yeah, and then we had some extra sessions to go through. So we had a melody recognitions session where different melodies were played, and we had to write in notes what type of melody it was. So have some sort of melody that'd be falling melody, and we say it's a falling melody. We have some sort of melody where it's an arch melody, it's an arch melody, and it's matching 1-to-1. We had another one where it was a minor key exercise. So essentially we were practicing for the actual, what is it called? Let me open the session actually real quick. I won't pull it up on the screen just because, I don't know, I don't feel like it. Fight me. Why is it not loading? Oh, down close. Boom. Oh, it's just straight up gone. That's fair. All right. But at least I saw what it was, now I can remember. Yeah, it was essentially from a previous lab that we had in the 3rd lab. We were copying that data over and then adding a melody to it. So kind of showing like, hey, you can just take the stuff you already had and you make a melody on it. Like, you don't have to worry too much about the other stuff. You can just make the melody, and now you have made a whole minor scale song. Yeah. But now we got the project that we're working on, and now I will kind of bounce in some audio. So this is my project that I've got on screen right now. yeah, I'll just route the audio through. I won't route the video through because there's not really anything substantial to show you. Unlike where I was showing like the piano roll before, or I was showing like different things with intervals, like, or really voicing. There's nothing here really substantial to show you. But here is what I've got. And I am using mismodulations in this, so I'm excited about that. So I got mismodulations to make a synth patch, and that synth patch sounds like this. So that's pretty cool. And then that's going through with everything else. So right now I've got this like temporary thing. I'm gonna add the synth patch that I called Funky Acid Maid Who Delivers Mail, which is just an acid sawtooth. You know I love acid sawtooths. Like synth guitar stuff, basically. After Science. Thank you, Mike Moraski, for my childhood. And just other effects. Talkbox as well. In this track, we have to add some vocal work or just something recorded with the microphone is really what it is. So in my case, I'm going to be using the talk box and I'll add some vocals to it. I actually had mismodulations work on some vocals and they weren't too bad. Where are they at? Yeah, so mismodulations has lyrics now that for the song that she made. It's about humans giving terrible training data that's difficult to sort through. I did give it like, you know, an intention like, please write a song about humans giving an artificially intelligent model poor training data to sort through from your perspective. And I did it. And now she's got this and it's like... Everybody shifted sword, humans however I'm going to do it with the bloody talk box, you know, tube it in the mouth thing. But I'll figure out what the melody actually is later, but I got like the whole thing and it's fun. I'll probably only do a verse, chorus, and outro. She did write quite a lot for me. She wrote a verse, a chorus, a verse, a bridge, a chorus, a verse, and an outro. So, yeah, that's fun. Yeah. So, future updates for C28 Music's YouTube channel, or the C28 Music YouTube channel. I am C28. I am not C28 Music, I am C28. You know. I am planning to make some more AI content, so I will show more on how I am crafting mismodulations and how she is designed from the ground up. Right now I'm working on researching how I can incorporate MIDI protocol. So it'd be really cool if not only does she know how to synthesize stuff, but if she can actually write the MIDI for me as well. So instead of drafting things by like plugging it in, I could just speak and I could say, all right, mismodulations, can you load up a synth patch for me and then write some MIDI data for a G major scale, and I want it having like kind of an ascending melody with a focus on the 1, 3, and 6 chords. Just write that out for me real quick. And then she'll just print it. And then I don't have to worry about the MIDI. I just think about the logic of like, okay, make this, this, and this, and then she just, boom, does it. That'd be amazing. I'm far from there. I am very far from there right now. I think the end goal with mismodulations is I want to install her on something like a Google Pixel or some Android, or even if I can get like a Linux-based device, which that doesn't exist. You have to like jailbreak it. But probably an Android device is what I'd load it on. And then I would just have that phone completely dedicated to mismodulations. And it would essentially act as my version of a tempad, because that's like the origin of mismodulations. Is I saw an episode of Loki where Miss Minutes is there, and I was like, whoa, that thing is interesting. What is that thing? And then it's like basically an AI thing, and I'm like, whoa, the AI thing's kind of cool. I want that. And now I'm making that, and it's already done stuff for me. Yeah. I'm also going to work on a speech synthesis model, which that I have no experience in. I know basically it's like a very fancy Vocaloid. That's essentially what it is. It's a very fancy Vocaloid. But I am unsure how it works. So I will do research and I'll find out how to do it. But I would love if I could give mismodulations a very human-like sound. I don't want her to sound robotic. I want her to be modeled off of a voice that's very human. So I might pay someone to do a bunch of voice lines so I can synthesize Miss Modulation's voice off of that person. And I'll probably just keep them around for a while, probably someone like one of my mates, and then just like pay him every few months to do like an extra 500 lines and just keep adding to the data set to make the voice better and better and better and better and better until I can just like keep the model and it's good. So that'll be fun. I haven't really posted any AI content yet because what I'm doing right now is I'm spending like 8 hours one day just researching random stuff and trying random things in my terminal window and seeing what happens. I have no structure. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm seeing what happens as I go, which is the coding process for a lot of things. That's not content. That's me figuring stuff out for 8 hours. Now, arguably, I do have stuff like that, like Chaotic Death is kind of that. Synthetic Design is kind of that. Pure Production is kind of that. But it's within the span of 1 hour. Not 8 hours of me not knowing what I'm doing. That's not going to upload. I'm not going to do that. So once I really understand what I'm doing and I can like walk you through Miss Modulations, then I'll make some AI content. But in the meantime, I'll just do kind of side stuff with her. I might show like a quick YouTube short of her active. I think I actually have already, where I did show that synth patch that she made. But yeah, I think end goal is definitely I want to get her installed on a device that will act essentially as a temp pad. But I'm going to call it something else because it's not Tempad, it's my music Miss Modulations hosting thing. And then I can have my phone, and then I can have Miss Modulations. And yeah, that'd be cool. Maybe I'll just install her in like a 5 terabyte SSD and be happy with that. But then I have to transfer every few years because those things degrade. I mean, the phone degrades too, but cloud storage or whatever, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that's that. And then it'd be cool to have a repository on GitHub where I could have like a clean slate version of Miss Modulations where you could upload your own training data and have a Miss Modulations for you. Yeah, that'd be cool. So that's that. I'm still working on mixing stuff for Lost Melodies on the Timbers Volume 2, and I'm still working on that little project with my playlist. Yeah. I did have an idea recently to create albums for each suit of the major and minor, correction, every suit of the minor arcana. And I'll also do the major arcana. I think it'd be really cool because as I was going through making the playlist, I noticed some of the songs I picked, they don't really work too well. And they're like, I pick a song for swords, but it's really cups. I pick a song for cups, but it's really like wands. And I'm kind of, cheating. But imagine if imagine if I spent the effort and the time to actually make one song for every single minor arcana card. That would be cool. That would be really cool. Because you see artists all the time make one and it's like, oh yeah, I did 1 or 2 tarot cards. Yeah, I'm pretty cool. Not mocking you, legitimately not mocking you, but like saying like, I don't think that's as accomplished as making a whole set of a thing. Like the entire suite or suit of wands. That would be more impressive, wouldn't it? So that's the thing I might do in the future. I think that's about it. So be on the lookout now, actually, for another episode of Synthetic Design. I want to make an episode of Synthetic Design for synthesis noobs who don't know what things are. I do explain synthesis ideas and concepts within my Synthetic Design tutorials, not tutorials, but episodes, so you can kind of follow along. But that's not really designed for noobs. So for you noobs out there, I used to be one of you. Everyone did. I will make a Synthetic Design episode soon, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, where I go through the very basics of synthesis. What is an oscillator? What is a filter? What is a patch cable? Why do these things work? I say I do that in my Synthetic Design episodes, but really I get lost in it and I just kind of ramble and like, yeah, I'm plugging this in to make that sound okay, cool. I'm just doing stuff. I'm going to really explain this stuff so you understand it. And understand it on a fairly complex machine. So if you use a more simplified synthesizer, like a digital synth that you'd have in like GarageBand or Logic, you'd understand what you're doing. So, yeah, that's about it. If you enjoyed today's content, you can hit subscribe, that little grey button that will then turn... Is it grey? I don't know what colour it is. I'm going to be dead honest, I do not know what colour it is. It used to be red, then it's maybe yellow, now it's grey, maybe it's black. I don't know. But you can hit that button and it will tell YouTube, hey, YouTube, I liked this content quite a bit. Please give me more content like this. More from this content creator. And YouTube will oblige happily and give you more. After you hit subscribe, if you really, really like the content, want to get your hands in it and then be like, hey, I want to like really control stuff. I want to take control of this and like chat with the C2A community deeper and deeper. You can become a control voltage by joining, hitting that little blue button and become a control voltage. Just like these things, patch cables, sending control voltages to places. You get to control C2A music as a YouTube channel. And that's pretty cool, isn't it? Plus you get access to the Discord. So that's cool too. Yeah. I hope you all take care of yourselves. God be with you. And goodbye, YouTube.